Alexa, good morning. A rare Saturday morning in the AM. Hope you guys are doing well. I am doing well. And I hope you guys had a good Friday night. And have a good rest of the weekend. By the way, if you are in the Los Angeles area tonight, I will be at the Comedy Store 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Which in Comedy Store time is about 10:45 p.m. What up, Just Jenna? I'll see you later. There's nothing that will get rid of the glasses, the glare from the glasses, because the background behind me is purple. But I will put it up a little higher. Yeah, see, it doesn't help. But let's see if I can make the background white. See if that helps a little bit. Or if I could point my head down. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Joe DeRosa from Timu. How's it going? Kill Tony legend Earl. Well, I don't know if I'm a Kill Tony legend. That is an honor I'm not sure I can say. I was on, I think I was on 5 or 6 of them. The last one was a few years ago, so I have not been asked back. And I'm okay with that. But, the show is bigger and better, and they're playing the Bridgestone Arena now. That's crazy to me. Like, I never have thought after the early Kill Tonys I did that this would be in hockey and basketball arenas. But it just goes to show you, if you believe in a product and you market it, any ideas can happen. I mean, I think the first Kill Tony I did, I think it was with Ari Shaffir when I was the Iron Patriot. And probably 30 to 40 people in the room. So it's pretty, like, I thought it was impressive what Roast Battle did. I remember I was in the room night 1 of Roast Battle. And, that show kind of blew up a little bit. Not quite to the Kill Tony level, but pretty big. No, I was not on with Ric Flair. I haven't been on Kill Tony, I think 2 years, maybe 3 years. Last time I was on, it was oh, okay. Thank you, Vilified Logic. Last time I was on with Jim Norton and Sam Roberts, and we were in the main room. Well, thank you for watching all the Jelly episodes. I appreciate that. Every little bit helps, to be honest with you. And I think Ali McCoskey was still on the show. I think Sarah Weinshank was still on the show. the band, Jeremiah. I think I came out dressed as Sting, the wrestler. I think it was around Halloween, but Allie was telling a story about going to Tijuana with two comics. And I was like, oh, Dalia and Callan. And then Tony kicked me under the table. And that was the last time I was on the show. Yeah, I mean, come on. Slap that mask on, and I'm Steve Borden, a.k.a. Sting. What up, Mud Sharks Unite? We're just chilling right now. We're chilling. We're chilling. Of course, if you want to see me on TV, you can. Someone told me that Roast Battle is on Paramount Plus. I had no idea. I guess you could go on Comedy Central as well. And my Ric Flair roast is on Fight TV. And of course, all episodes of The Jellies are on Adult Swim. I think they're still on HBO Max. And I think Cartoon Network. What up, Johnny Lamb? Was Crow Sting? Yeah, I think so. I think most people almost don't even remember Surfer Sting. I'd have to get paid for that, Mr. Nobody, but no, I don't do the gay jokes, bro. I'm just kidding. I do gay jokes. I talk about, all kinds of stuff. So I do have some gay. Well, I mean, you got to tell me the gig, though. Like, if you say it's in front of 20 people, it's not that much. If you say you're going to be on a panel at Comic-Con, then that's, every gig is different, Yes, money before funny. I think I might use that waiver instead of show me the money. I don't really do jokes in here, though, brother. It's not an open mic. This is more like a hang. We talk. Today's stream will be about a half hour. And then I start my day. What up, Nancy? Always good to have a woman in here. Not many women are in the Earlverse. Well, but still, it's not really telling me much about the gig. If you said, hey, it's would you come out as Sting as on Kill Tony? Well, that show makes a lot of money, so that means Daddy makes a lot of money. I get asked all the time to do individual. Thank you, EA Sports. It's in the game. To do comedy gigs, and I don't have a set price on anything I do, because every gig is different. The size of the crowd, the door deal, and I don't want to bore you guys with the intricacies of, payment in the world of comedy. But I mean, I don't really do Zoom stuff, to be honest with you, Mr. Nobody. You know, if that's what you mean. But thank you, though. You know, I'm a better troll. See, I don't troll people online. I troll them to their face. So, I mean, YouTube is like, you'd have to tell me a little bit more about the gig. If you said, "Hey, for 10 minutes, will you sit there and take questions from wrestling fans?" Yeah. If you say, "Hey, we need you on for an hour," it's different, really. I can see you using your voice in scary movie videos. Um, yeah, I mean, I audition for a lot of villain parts, bad guy parts. I'm in the celebrity category, so I go up against like Dylan McDermott, Rob Riggle, and I've got to hope that they're too busy to do it, and then I get the gig. What's on my plate today? Taking yoga in about an hour and a half. Hang out with my dog, write some jokes, and then tonight I'll be at the Comedy Store around 10 p.m. Watch hockey. Got the Kings playing the Toronto Maple Leafs today. Big game for the Kings. They're all big now. The playoff stretch is coming, baby. So, yeah, I don't really do impressions. So Vincent Price would be a no-go for me. Let me think about it, Mr. Nobody. I just woke up, so I'm not sure. The problem is wearing that Sting mask. It really muffles my voice, so I'm not sure how well it would come off. But let me get back to you on that, Mr. Nobody. I mean, something like that for like 10 minutes. Probably $50. Something along those lines. Gaming freak. What? You just Jim Carrey? I don't know. Oh, if I had to put on face paint, it'd be a couple bucks. Because that shit's hard to take off. It's grease paint. So that gets a little more involved. Like I showed up one year at the Comedy Store Halloween party dressed as Sting. I had the black leather jacket, a black baseball bat, but I just had that mask on. And another guy showed up dressed as Sting, same thing, but he had the paint on. I'm like, bro, that's going to take you about an hour to get off. I do not cook. Do you know the mask? I do know the mask. I'm not broke at all, to be honest with you, so I don't need to do every gig that's offered to me. But yes, you are right about that. Most comics would do the gig. I make enough money in this business where I can be selective. So I'm very lucky in that regard. I mean, I just did I think it was a Georgia State Lottery commercial. All I had to do was buy your Georgia State Lottery scratchers now, void where prohibited. $1,850 for about 15 minutes worth of work. All I had to do was say that like 10 times. Now, not every gig's that easy, and certainly not every gig pays that well for that little amount of time, but that's why I can afford to be selective in my gigs. Yeah, that's about right. I mean, I've certainly done gigs for less. I've done PSAs, public service announcements. They don't pay that well. I auditioned for something yesterday, a national voiceover commercial that would be very, very nice to get. I probably wouldn't do it if I had to put the makeup on, Mr. Nobody, to be honest with you. EA Sports, it's in the game. That's just too much work for me. I don't wear contacts. I like my glasses, so I don't really, I don't mind. I know it's a pain in the ass for you guys. Like I can point down like that and the glare's a little bit gone, but if I had a chair that would sit higher, but this is as high as this chair goes. I wish I was the EA Sports guy. Arby's, we've got the meats. And I also do a wild Darth Vader impression, but I'm not feeling it right now. Don't be too proud of this technological terror. The power of this battle station is insignificant to the power of the Force. Message held for review. Those are always fun ones. Not a goddamn thing. If you know, you know. Why do rabbits have quiet sex? 'Cause they got cotton balls. That's what we're doing. There was a homeless comic at the Comedy Store who used to do these really stupid jokes. His name was Boom Shakalaka. And no one has seen him since the pandemic, so we all believe that he has died and gone to heaven. Yes, James Earl Jones, rest in peace for sure. My email is very simple. What up, Step Aside Jesus? It's just Skakel. So that's ESKAKEL at AOL.com. I'm old school AOL. So. I don't really do impressions, so my rock would probably not be very good. I do a relatively good Arnold Schwarzenegger from the movie, only from the movie Predator, though. I want Hawkins' body found. We move, sweep pattern, 5 meter spread, no sound. I don't have a Hotmail, actually. Oh, I was in the AOL chat rooms back in the day. You know, back in the Disney baby dolls. I mean, those were the Wild West, the AOL chat rooms. I think the last time I was in an AOL chat room, I believe I was talking to an underage girl. I'm like, hey, honey, you gots to go, baby. You can message me in about another 4 years, and then I never went back in there again. I don't do the underage stuff. Vilified like age, sex, okay. We don't talk about 16. Then you got to go. Vilified logic. Yeah, I mean that's before dating apps. So AOL chat was like the freaks were out in AOL chat. And party lines. Did you call party lines too? Yeah, I don't like talking to underage people. Just, nothing's good gonna come of that. But we'll do about another 10 minutes, guys. Another 10 minutes. Yeah, all good, Mister Nobody. Like I said, I'm since I do am very lucky to make a few dollars in this business. I can't put on the makeup. It's just too much work. And that shit literally, if you do it right, I mean, I could put on like shitty clown makeup, but that's not what Sting uses. Sting uses like grease paint. Um, so, I mean, that takes forever to come off. And there's not enough money in the world where I would put on grease paint and whatnot. Um, you seem real hung up on Randy Orton there, Gaming Freak. I don't know what chat roulette is, to be honest with you, Articulate John. That sounds fishy. I was never a huge Randy Orton guy. Yes, I'm a big Scott Hall fan. The original plan for Bash at the Beach was Sting was supposed to turn heel. But somehow at the last minute they went with Hulk Hogan instead. I love playing what ifs in the wrestling world. So I'm hoping MJF does not join the Hurt Syndicate. I think the Hurt Syndicate should be just who it is: MVP, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin. I think if you start adding people, it lessens the impact. The problem with the Hurt Syndicate and AEW though is they're so fucking big and strong that there's really not a tag team that's, looks like they could actually beat them. Like, it would look ridiculous to have the Young Bucks fight the Hurt Syndicate. Yeah, I mean, the NWO was just, and really when it was just three, the original three. I think once you start adding members, like you might be able to sales pitch me about the Giant, but I thought the Giant could have gone up against the NWO, kind of like Sting did. So I don't know. I just, then they started adding Scott Steiner, Scott Norton, Buff Bagwell. I didn't even like the NWO when they had Six Pack in there, and I love Six Pack, but it would have been better as just a threesome. I mean, they had plenty of people to go up against: Sting, Luger, Flair, the Giant, some of the luchadors like Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit, and it just, I don't know, just got watered down. Yeah, no, Bischoff was the manager, the mouthpiece, I guess. Macho Man, was another guy, Rick Rude. Although Rude couldn't wrestle anymore because of his insurance policy, but like still, I think that I don't know. I mean, at one point they had fucking Virgil and Horace Hogan in it. It was like, oh man, this is awful. So, yeah, I mean, I think WCW. I think WCW is a lot like AEW. Like if AEW ever goes away, and I don't think it will, but people are going to really miss AEW. All the people who complain and say how bad it is. Wait till it's not there. Because all those wrestlers in AEW would have to basically go either to New Japan or, the WWE. And you think Will Ospreay is going to be allowed to do a 20-minute match on Monday Night Raw? Fuck no. They'll put him in like a 7-minute match against, Tajiri. Hell. So, hit the like and subscribe button, pretty please, for this rare Saturday morning stream. We don't talk about lobotomies in here. And I can't date my cousin. Oh, see, that's a quick improv joke. I'm too quick for you guys. And even if you guys are quicker than me, I won't even notice because I'll be too busy looking good. Now, bonus points if someone tells me what that movie's from. What that line is from. What movie. Message held for review. Those are always fun. I love the message held for reviews. Would you ever date a chick that had a sex change? So nice you said it twice. Probably not. Nothing against those type of women, but it's just not for me. Although, the other night at the Comedy Store, I had a really good set. Well, I mean, this label, I don't know. I can't answer that question. And there was a girl in the back VIP bar who you could not tell. And like the whole time I'm talking to her, I'm like, is this a dude or a girl? Like, because the face was really pretty, but she had a body of like she could have been in Weezer, like, very skinny, no tits. And then my gay buddy was like, just so you know, that's a dude. I'm like, oh fuck, man, my radar be slipping, homies. Damn, I love Elle Macpherson and Claudia Schiffer. She was in that video. There's that boy band in the UK who did that cover of Billy Joel's Uptown Girl, Westlife, and she was in the video. She was basically the Christy Brinkley. This is like maybe 20 years ago, maybe longer. And she still looked good then. I don't know. I've never been to Africa and probably never will go to Africa. Body like Chris Canyon, old school gay wrestler there. I mean, what a profession to be gay in and kind of in the closet. You know, it's like today at the King game, it's Gay Pride Night. And if I could count how many times I was called the F word playing hockey, I'd be a rich man. So I just think it's funny that they have a gay pride night for hockey. Like, 'cause hockey's a pretty homophobic sport when you're playing. You know, it's all about the edge. Hey, you maggot. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll guess Kenya. Hello, can you get me out of here? Hello. We'll go a few more. We'll go to 32 minutes, guys, in honor of Orenthal James Simpson. What is the dirtiest Lois has ever gotten? Well, when it rains, you know, and she walks in the mud, and, you know, when her coat is a little longer, she, you know, picks up dirt a lot. So I'll say when it rains, you know, and, you know, sometimes she likes to get on her back and, you know, do the squirrely move, and she'll pick up some dirt. She's like a mop. You know, so Lois, for those of you wondering, is my 15-year-old mutt, a dog that I love very, very much. Live into AM. Oh, live into AM. Yeah, not for long, TB. We're going to go about another 5 minutes. Yes, Lois. Let's do a Lois check for you guys, especially for those in the stream. There she is. We'll come out on a wide angle here. That's her in her anxiety bed. She's just chilling right now. We've already taken her out for a little walk. Yes, she is sleeping. She's just a tired old dog. And the love of my life. Yes. Dogs are the best. And, you know, to be honest with you, Lois is not the most friendly dog in the world. But she's pretty happy. All right, we'll let her sleep here. We got some wrestling dolls I can show you. The great Rowdy Roddy Piper. Stallone's hat from Over the Top. Speaking of Sting. And there is the Rowdy Roddy Piper doll that he autographed to me. And here is the doll that SCVID show sent me. If you know, you know. So, get your last minute questions in, boys and girl. I don't have a Scott Hall action figure. Here is my Eric Bischoff doll I got at the Ric Flair roast. And here's the greatest thing ever. The Earl Skakel wrestling doll, model 1 of 1. I got this for being on the Ric Flair roast. I don't know. David Mendenhall was the actor's name. I don't think he did much after Over the Top. You know, there's a lot of people like that in the 80s who, you know, like if you've ever seen the movie My Bodyguard. What up, AC/DC? We're literally about to end the stream in about a minute or two. But, the kid with the bowl cut in My Bodyguard was so effing funny in that movie. He had just great comedy timing. I think it was his only role. And I looked him up online. Um, and I think he like sells insurance in Chicago or something, which checks out because My Bodyguard was filmed in Chicago. There's also, Ralph Macchio's first movie was not Karate Kid or The Outsiders. What up, Ray? But it was a little known movie from 1980 called Up the Academy, which was a real teenage, raunchy type of Porky's movie. And there was a kid in there who played the Arab rich kid. And he was very much like the kid from My Bodyguard. So funny and just great timing. And I think he did like maybe one other movie in the 80s, and that was it. I mean, he was as funny as Ralph Macchio, but, I don't know. And most of the Bad News Bears never really acted outside of, Jackie Earl Haley. So, yeah, I mean, Up the Academy was kind of a controversial movie because Ron Liebman, who was like a serious actor, like he was in like Norma Ray and stuff, he was so embarrassed by the movie, he told him to take his name out of the credits, and he was like a lead actor in it. So I didn't like that Nightmare on Elm Street. It was very like, if I remember, it was kind of creepy. Like they really got into the child angle. But I don't. I mean, Jackie Earl Haley's like, I think he's nominated for an Oscar for Best Actor, so like he's legit. But I just think that no one's going to replace Robert Englund. Robert Englund is Freddy Krueger. It's kind of like Corolla replacing Stern. Adam Carolla is great, but he wasn't Howard Stern. It's like Vinnie Vincent, Bruce Kulick, Mark St. John, all Tommy Thayer, all great guitar players, but they ain't Ace Frehley. But I do like the newest release from Kiss, which was yesterday on Spotify, the Live Off the Soundboard series, which is a series of Kiss concerts, various live concerts over the years. Like the last one was live from Poughkeepsie with Mark St. John on guitar, which was a rare, because Mark St. John only played at 1.5 concerts with the band. So it was kind of cool to hear that. But the one they released yesterday is a live show from San Antonio off the Asylum tour, which is 1986. So, it's just interesting to see the songs. They're very sped up because of Eric Carr's drumming and Bruce Kulick. So check that out if you're a Kiss fan. Yeah, I mean that's. But you know what? Even in the Michael Myers scenario, like the first one was, you could definitely tell after that guy left, it wasn't the same. And like who else? What other horror? Like if they brought in someone, now Shocker only was one film, it didn't get sequels like they thought it would. Mitch Pileggi was Horace Pinker. Like you could have brought in someone else for a sequel. Just like Robert John Burke in RoboCop. He's a great actor, Robert John Burke, but he ain't Peter Weller. I mean, he just, Peter Weller is RoboCop. Just like Darth Vader. They could get someone, if they ever do another Star Wars movie, you're going to have to get someone to do the voice of Darth Vader, unless they, I don't know, CGI James Earl Jones. I guess they could piece together the lines with his voice still, but like if you brought in even someone like me, well, Calrissian, did he survive? That sounds really good, but it ain't James Earl Jones. So, yeah, Doug Bradley always be Pinhead. So, yeah, I mean, Up the Academy was not. I think it's a funny movie. I mean, good cast. I mean, who was in the cast? Antonio Fargas as the soccer coach. He was Huggy Bear and Starsky and Hutch, and Ron. Like I said, Ron Lehman's like been nominated for an Oscar, I think. Tom Poston, who's like an old school gay actor. He's pretty funny. You have Ralph Macchio. Barbara Bach, Ringo Starr's wife, was like the hot girl. I mean, listen, it ain't Saving Private Ryan, but it's a good teenage romp movie for 1980. But man, it was a lot of people ran. Even Mad TV was like, we're gonna distance ourselves from this thing. What up, Chris P. Bacon? I get that. I get it. Yeah, I mean, not everyone, like what is that? B-Miss. I'm not saying it's like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, but like, if it was on right now, I'd watch it just for some laughs. The fat kid in it was pretty funny. The girl, the main girl, like she was really cute, like very 80s Ruben-esque body, giant tits. I don't think she ever did much after that movie. And I mean, listen, it's so bad it's good. It's one of those. 3 O'Clock High was very good. Buddy Revell. I met him at Rowdy Roddy Piper's memorial, and very cool guy. Richard, what is his name? Richard something, I forget. Oh, thank you. I had fun on MLC. Me, I think it's because I really love Kevin. Even though he's like the next day he was like calling me a retard. It's like I just made your show, and I love Jim Florentine, and I've been long time friends with Chad. So shalom, SCVID show. We're just about to end the stream because I gotta go to yoga and work on my body. What up, Crystal? Yeah. Let me know when you're gonna be there Monday, and I'll stop by. We'll have some laughs. I don't go up there on Tuesday because it's roast battle night. Well, it's an inside joke. Vilified logic. I had an ex-girlfriend with the initials of that doll, and SCBID show is doing a little old school. That's how you troll. You send me a doll of my ex-girlfriend. That's how you do it. For you trolls in the stream, sack up and get it together. All right, we'll go to 40 minutes, guys. So I never saw Monster Squad. Red Dawn, I like the original Red Dawn. I didn't like the remake. I'm a John Milius fan, and if you guys are probably too young to know who John Milius is, but he basically wrote Apocalypse Now, Uncommon Valor, Big Wednesday, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Did you have a question for Chandler, the Chandler doll? Hey, Chandler, is the grass greener on the other side of Earl? Last try, Bruce Leroy. You might find someone younger, but they ain't Earl, baby. But I'm gonna be quiet. Any news of Kamala is, I believe, getting inducted. Kamala, the Ugandan giant. Well, I don't think she was a ketamine addict, so I'm going to assume the doll's not either. Unless you know something I don't know. Hello! All right, you guys. I might do a stream a little later, but I appreciate you guys. Hit the like and subscribe. Kamala, they would put him in when he's dead. He signed a Legends deal 2 days ago. He's dead. But that's more for his family, and so now the WWE can pump out Kamala dolls. 100%, You know how many ex-girlfriends I have that, where are they now? I'm alive and well. Where am I? And I ain't perfect. You guys can probably tell just by being fans of the stream or whatever. But, you might find someone younger. They got more money, but they ain't Earl. You might find someone younger, more money, bigger dick, but they ain't Earl. It's the old saying in life, you like to hear someone's doing pretty good, but you don't want to hear they're doing better than you. And I've done better than all the new dudes. Trust me on that one. That's a fact, Jack.